Hello and welcome to TTV News, broadcast on TayNinh newspaper and radio television with some latest events in TayNinh province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of November 18, at the government headquarters, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà heads up the National Steering Committee on combating illegal, unreported and unregulated IUU fishing, chaired the committee's 22nd session. The conference was held in a direct format, combined with online connection, linking to 21 provinces and cities with fishing vessels operation at sea. Attending the sections at TayNinh Connection Point, there were Mr. Nguyễn Minh Lâm, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee.
At a recent meeting, the ministry, sectors and localities reviewed the implementation of the Prime Minister's previous directives. Of 99 sectors and 55 have been completed, 40 are in progress, and 4 are behind schedule. Nationwide, over 79,000 fishing vessels are now registered and updated in the VN Fish-based database, with more than 76,000 average licenses. No violation of foreign waters or boundary crossing were reported, and the fishing port operations remain stable. The Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà urged the authorities managing fishing fleets to act decisively, closely monitor stars and strictly handle on the violations. He stressed preventing illegal fishing in foreign waters and ensuring the vessels do not lose connection with the vessel monitoring system, VMS, for more than 6 hours or fail to report for over 10 days. The authorities must clearly define the leadership responsibilities, fully track vessel arrivals, departures, fishing records and output, and bar unqualified vessels from going to sea. Ministry are also required to enhance the legal frameworks, accelerate digitization, and improve the technology for vessels monitoring and seafood traceability.
Continuing activities for labor, investment, and trade promotion in Japan. In the morning of November 18, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Phạm Tấn Hòa and a working group have a meeting with Honda Mobility Group in Tokyo to discuss plans for investing in the TayNinh International Rail Truck Project, a large-scale sport and entertainment complex.
Honda Mobility, known for operating two world-class racetracks in Japan and hosting major international motorsports events, plans a large-scale investment in TayNinh. The company aims to build an integrated sports, entertainment, and tourism complex capable of hosting events year-round. The proposed project could be strategically linked to Ho Chi Minh City and TayNinh's international boundaries, creating a regional hub for visitors and international athletes. Honda Mobility also plans to highlight local cultural elements, including cuisine, traditions, and iconic sites like Ba Mountain to offer a distinctive tourism experience. TayNinh, pursuing a railroad innovation and sustainability development strategy, strongly supports the project. Vice Chairman Phạm Tấn Hòa said the investment could provide modern sports infrastructure and boost tourism and self-development. Hoàng Group suggested the Khỏe Camille as a potential site due to its convenient transport, including direct access to the Ho Chi Minh City Mộc Bài Expressway. Provincial leaders urged careful planning and investment strategies to realize the project and enhance TayNinh-Japan relations. Honda Mobility and TayNinh are set to sign a memorandum of understanding at the TayNinh Investment and Trade Promotion Conference in Tokyo on November 19.
And continuing the working program in Japan on the afternoon of November 18th, Mr. Phạm Tấn Hòa and TayNinh Provincial Working Group held a meeting with the Aeon Group in Tokyo. Aeon representatives introduced the corporation's global operations and business strategy. The company has invested in 14 countries, including 8 commercial centers in Vietnam. In TayNinh, Aeon Thanh An Mall opened in the early October with over $45 million in investment. And Mr. Phạm Tấn Hòa expressed gratitude for Aeon's investment in the province, noting that besides the bananas, TayNinh produce high-quality agricultural products such as dragon fruit, pomelo, durian, and mangoes, and ready for Aeon's distribution network in Japan and also globally. The delegation also visited Aeon Mall, Mekihorin city of Tokyo, and highlighting the Aeon cooperation with Hui Longang Company, a leading Indian agricultural exporter. Hui Longgang's products have been sold in Japan since 2016 and officially partnered with Aeon under the Top Value brand in the early of 2023. The Vice Chairman Pham Teng Hoa emphasized that TayNin will create favorable conditions for Japanese investors to expand agricultural trade, aiming to strengthen the global presence of the province's agricultural products.
On the morning of November 18 in Tokyo, member of the Provincial Party Standing Committee and Director of TayNin's Department of Home Affairs Pham Sung Bet visited Air Shanghai Company. Since 2020, Air Shanghai has provided Japanese language training for around 600 TayNin students and workers, connecting nearly 500 of them with employment opportunities in Japan, boosting career prospects and income. He expressed hope that Air Shanghai will continue serving as a bridge with Japanese enterprises and labor units to identify workforce needs, enabling the province to develop targeted training programs for Japan's labor market. The delegation also met TayNin workers in Japan, offering gifts and encouragement.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 days of focus and disciplined work under the motto Unity, Democracy, Reactivity, Effectiveness, the first Congress of Vietnam Fatherland Friends of TayNin Province for the 2025-2030 term concludes successfully. The event welcomed Mr. Nguyễn Thái Học, Deputy Secretary of the Party Committee of the Central Vietnam Fatherland Front and Mass Organization, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Quyết, Secretary of TayNin Provincial Party Committee, former provincial leaders, and 345 delegates representing diverse ethnic groups, religions, and social communities across the province.
On the second working day, the conference conducted a comprehensive review of the Vietnam Fatherland Front activities for the 2004 to 2009 term and reached consensus on directions, goals, and targets, set the key programs, breakthrough areas, and the tasks and solutions for the new 2025 to 2030 term in line with the current requirements. The conference demonstrated the high unity in continuing to strengthen the right national unity bloc within the province and strongly promoting rational democracy, further enhancing the effectiveness of supervision and the social criticism, contributing to building a clean and strong party and the government, upholding its representatives' role in protecting the legitimate rights and interests of the people, writing a strong social consensus and strengthening communication and mobilization for the people to comply with the party guidelines and state laws. Delegates also committed to implementing the patriotic liberation movements and campaigns to the practical effective actions. The conference democratically elected the first TayNin Provincial Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee for the 2025 to 2030 term and consisting of 110 members with 10 vacancies, representing all the social classes, ensuring the proper structure and standards, and demonstrating continuity and capacity to meet the new requirements. At the first meeting of the committee, 9 members also were elected to the standing board. In his remarks, the Provincial Party Secretary Nguyễn Văn Quyết affirmed that the achievements of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee at all levels reflect the unity, responsibility, and strong determination in their activities, emphasized that these achievements are the vivid example of the province's right national unity bloc, contributing significantly to maintaining political stability, socio-economic development, and strengthening national defense and security. In the current context with the new conditions and new tasks, the role of the Vietnam Fatherland Front and its member organizations is even more crucial, and they must truly serve as a center for unity, acting as a strong bridge between the party, the state, and the people, creating the social consensus and maintaining the people's trust. Without the right unity of the entire nation, there can be no strength to develop the socio-economic sector, and it is a valuable lesson, providing practical guidance for the country's revolutionary course in the new era. He also spread the confidence that the newly elected Provincial Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee will continue to unlock the potential, creativity, abilities, and intellect of all social groups, opening a new period marked by practical, diverse, and effective activities. And this will have strengthened the close bond between the people, the party, and the government, creating a strong foundation for building a prosperous, civilized, and compassionate TayNin. And the success of the conference provides an important foundation for the TayNinhTV province of Vietnam Phan Phong to enter the new term with renewed spirit and determination. And the Presidium hopes that its delegates will serve as a center of unity within their local offices or units, set an example by putting the conference resolutions into practice and encourage the people to actively participate in implementation of the 7 action programs of the Province of Vietnam Phan Phong, and this will strengthen the role of the Parliament Front and political social organizations, uphold the democracy, harness of the power of national unity, and work together to build a prosperous, civilized, and happy TayNinhT. The success of the first Province of Vietnam Phan Phong Conference once again reaffirms the role and position of the TayNinhT Vietnam Phan Phong in the new period. And to streamline the political system toward a clean and efficient structure, TayNinhT is accelerating comprehensive digital transformation with a unified architecture model based on the one system, one data set, one seamless service. And the Provincial Steering Committee provides centralized direction, while departments and local implement one online public services and build standardized connected data following the principle of accurate, sufficient, clean, live, unified, and share. The citizens and businesses access services through a single gateway on the National Public Service Portal and TTVNEWS application, aiming for at least 80% of procedures conducted fully online. Currently, all provincial documents are processed electronically, and TayNinhT targets digitizing for 30% of high-value records this year and achieving full digitization by 2026.
TayNinhT Provincial Branch of the Bank for Social Policies has adjusted its 2025 Central Capital Rated Plan Phase 6 under Decision number 226 of the Vice General Director. Loans for creating, maintaining, and expanding jobs have been increased by 50 billion Vietnam dong. This additional funding have poor and neighborhood households, ethnic minorities, and other policy beneficiaries access capital more easily, expand production, generate or sustain jobs, raise income, and improve living standards. The adjustment not only boosts employment opportunities, but also supports socio-economic development and enhance the impact of social security across the community.
Dear audience, immediately following the success of the 4th Congress of Vietnam Fatherland Front of TayNinhT Province for the 2025-2030 term, the delegates expressed high expectation that the Congress resolution will be implemented effectively and promptly, connecting with community life and evaluating the Vietnam Fatherland Front's role in building the bloc of bridge national unity and developing the province.
As a delegate attending the first Congress of TayNinhT Provincial Vietnam Fatherland for the 2025-2030 term, I will try to observe on policies and resolutions set forth by the Congress and implement them across the Fatherland region in Bến Cầu Cam Ranh, as well as broadly among all members of political and social organizations affiliated with the Vietnam Fatherland Front, bringing our resolutions into practice. Based on local targets, we will review our plans to make adjustments and additions suitable to reality and align with the provincial resolutions. At the same time, we will strengthen propaganda, mobilization, and decisive implementation of the Congress targets. To ensure high efficiency in digital transformation and implement the Congress resolutions, we will focus on propagating digital community technology, digital literacy initiatives, and digital fatherland operations at the local level in a more synchronous manner, extending this to political, social organizations and member organizations so that all members can implement it more consistently. With the determination of the delegates and grassroots fatherland staff, it is believed that the Congress resolutions will soon be put into practice, turning the Congress goals into reality and creating sustainable development momentum for TayNinhT in the new term.
And the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính has signed Order number 2019 focusing on prompt response and recovery from heavy rains and floods in the central Vietnam. As of the evening of November 17, the floods and landslides have caused 12 deaths or missing people and 19 other injured. And expressing their condolences to affected families, the Prime Minister acknowledged the hardship faced by the central region amid the successive floods and storms. He directed the relevant ministry and local authorities to urgently implement the measures to prevent and respond to floods, landslide, flood floods, and inundation. Immediate actions include ensuring the people's safety, providing the food and essential supplies, evacuating at-risk residents, and maintaining sanitation and health care, and also restoring the school and academic activities once the water resets.
By the morning of November 18, heavy rain and flooding continue in central Vietnam, with many rivers at alert level 2, some at level 3. Flooding was most severe in Hue, affecting over 12,000 houses, and Quang Tri with more than 1,500 houses. Authorities evacuated residents for safety. Over 1,100 households in Khánh Hòa, 36 in Đắk Lắk, and 22 in Da Nang. So far, 14 people have died or gone missing. Floods damaged 3 houses, over 7,000 hectares of rice and perennial crops in Khánh Hòa, and killed or swept away thousands of livestock and poultry. Many structures and equipment were damaged and traffic was severely affected. Local authorities are now monitoring and controlling flooding and landslide-prone areas.
Following the principle of focusing strongly on the grassroots level and centering effort on residential areas, the Vietnam Fatherland Front committees at some level have in recent years leveraged the power of bridge national unity. They have implemented many flexible and effective model movement and social security activities, making a significant contributions to poverty reduction and creating a solid foundation for local socio-economic development.
In Thanh Minh Commune, the Vietnam Fatherland Front work is conducted in a way that is close to the people, suitable for its diverse ethnic and religious characteristics. Movements related to new rural development, environmental sanitation, maintaining security and order, and grasping the people's feelings are regularly maintained. Among these, the activities supporting disadvantaged households are particularly prominent. As of now, the Communist Front for the Poor has mobilized 747 million Vietnam dong to care for social welfare needs in the area. Additionally, we have intensified the work of the Bloc of Race National Unity, regularly meeting with, assisting, and mobilizing ethnic and religious communities living in the commune. Through the joint efforts of the community and socialized resources, many households have significantly improved their living conditions. Recently, the commune completed and handed over 6 Race Unity houses, helping families settle down and creating motivation for stable living and production development. Not only in Thanh Minh, the Front of Total Commune has also implemented many practical support models for poor and near-poor households, contributing to creating livelihoods and helping people stabilize their life. Furthermore, the work of building the Front for the Poor coupled with the movement joining hands for the poor, leaving no one behind, continues to receive local attention. In addition to building and repairing houses for poor and near-poor households, the Commune Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee also developed plans to provide capital support to disadvantaged households for trading, cultivation, and husbandry, with an amount of 10 million Vietnam dong per household. So far, 2 households in the commune have successfully escaped poverty. It is clear that the practical activities at the grassroots level demonstrate that the Vietnam Fatherland Front is truly a connecting bridge that links the community, mobilizes social resources, and provides care that accurately meets the needs of the people. The unity from every residential area is contributing to maintaining the block of race unity and creating a solid foundation for sustainable poverty reduction, improving the lives of local residents.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.